All right, so best thing you can do is try to answer 1 through 8 on this sheet first. So pause the video. If I were you, I would do that. That way you know what your strengths and weaknesses are. It is the same questions from yesterday because there's really nothing else to talk about. Everything is the same. It's a matter of whether or not you care enough to actually remember it. So again, this should be a 90 to 100% grade on a test because this is your test. So take a second, see if you can do the first 8, and then we'll go from there and talk about that stuff afterwards. So looking at this sheet, again, same sheet as yesterday, nothing changes. It's up to whether or not you really want to get the most out of it. Addition is sum plus more than. The reason the asterisk is there is because it gets flipped around when you see more than. Subtractions is difference minus less than. Again, this means that you flip it. That's going to keep the order. That's going to keep the order. This keeps the order. That keeps the order. Multiplication, if you remember, product times each per every of, that's whenever you have a fraction. The order with multiplication, as we'll talk about in just a second, doesn't matter. You just always put number first, variable second, no attachments. And then division is quotient divided by. The trick with division is that it's a fraction. Whatever's first goes on top, whatever's second goes on the bottom. So the only thing where the order changes, officially changes, is in more than, less than. Multiplication, again, is not really changing order. It's just always going to be the same, and it's the same as you've seen it since you started this year. So keywords for addition, again, are sum plus more than. More than means switch order. Keywords for subtraction, difference minus less than. By the way, if you want to know how to spell this stuff, just rewind the video and go back from there. Less than, again, switches the order. Keywords for multiplication is product times each per every and of. Again, that's used with fractions. And multiplication is always number first and no sign. Please remember that and make sure you don't lose points on that. Keywords for division are quotient and divided by. And the secret for division is that it's written like a fraction. First goes to the top, second goes to the bottom. So that's the general idea. So let's go through these questions again. Again, best thing you can do right now is honestly write down what you think the answers are from 9 through 26. Pause the video and do that, and then see what matches and see what's different. Because again, there's nothing different from yesterday's work. There's going to be nothing different for tomorrow's work. The only thing we're going to do is walk through this a few days, make sure you get it down, give you a chance to practice, make sure you get a chance to perfect it, and then hope you get 100% on this test or quiz, whatever it is coming up. I think it's a quiz, but anyway, just make sure we get all that stuff done. Either way, each box holds 5 pencils. Remember that each means multiply. That means it's going to be 5 times something. The key with each, per, and every is that you want to say each what, since it's each box. It's 5B. Each box has 5 pencils. Excuse me, I think I was on mute when I did that. But 5B is your first part because it's 5 pencils per box. Of, in this case, 2/5 of another number m. Once again, 2/5 is a fraction, so you put your 2/5 with your m right beside it. There we go. Quotient is a fraction. Whatever's first goes on top. Whatever's second goes on the bottom. That's simple. Plus, whatever's first goes in front. Whatever's second goes in the second spot. That's it. Less than, though, if you remember, means we switch this around. So less than is subtract. And so whatever was first usually goes in the front, but we put that back here because it's less than. We switch. That means J goes up here, and that would be what we're looking at. Just pay attention to how I actually have to respect the order of what's there. And once you learn to respect the order of what's there, everything else will kind of fall into place. Again, product. When I respect the order, I know product means take these two things, number first, variable second, no sign. Don't put the dot, don't put the X, don't put any of that stuff. It's just 6Y. Difference means subtract. This is first. This is second. That's all. Again, with per, you got to be careful. Per means multiply, so it's going to be 8 something, and it's per session, so it's going to be 8s. not 8C, but 8S. The sum, which means plus, of a number P, which goes first, and 8, which goes second. That is all. The order is the biggest issue people have. Outside of you taking time to make sure you learn the words, make sure you respect the order, and you should be okay. You do have 2 more big assessments coming up, and that is a big chance for you to go ahead and get at least close enough for your teacher to help you out. But you do want to make sure you get close enough for your teacher to help you out. They don't have to help you because they're already doing all this right now to try to help you get your grades higher. Difference, which means subtract. V goes first, 11 goes second. The reason we know that is because that's not more than or less than. The only thing where the order changes is more than, less than. That's it. Minus also means subtract, so whatever's first goes in front, whatever's second goes in the back. Divided by is divide, so it's a fraction. Whatever's first goes on top, whatever's second goes on the bottom. That is it. Once again, this is not a tough section. This is not a tough chapter. All you have to do is make sure you practice this and do your Math XL. Quotient means divide, which is a fraction. F is first, 3 is second. That's all. Minus means subtract. 7's first. A is second. Divided by means division, fraction. D first, 5 second. Times means multiply, which means who cares about what the order is? Number first, variable second. Again, that all comes with the practice this week. I know it seems silly that we keep doing this, but that's how you perfect things, is by practicing them. More than means switch. It is plus, which means that 7 does not go to the front, it goes to the back, and C goes to the front right there. And then sum means add. 3 first, Q second. I don't know what else to say. We've already been trying to motivate you throughout the year. It's May now, or it's beginning the last month of school. Either you want it or you don't. We're giving you the best opportunity to go ahead and get out of this class. You just got to make sure you do what you got to do to get out of here. But outside of that, make sure you go to your Math XL and do all the practice you can. Talk to you later. Good luck.